3.
Ben Brown, Evolution Martial Arts in Sparks, Nevada with Cassandra. Now that you're back, you're going to be in all these videos. Yeah. That's cool. I appreciate it. We are doing close guard. Sometimes I forget. My brain fog. Anyways, close guard. So, quick, super fast recap. I always like to do this in the video. Close guard. Heavy heels, tight knees, hips up. Now I can move her. If I have loose connection here, I can't move you. My energy gets lost in that space, right? So what do I want to do with that? Well, you're gonna defend all that by setting up camp on my hips. If I had a gi on, you might grab a double lapel grip. I can't pull you in now. This is how you start breaking open my guard. So I have to either keep your hands off. Here, I like to do this, hips up, peel. A lot of times I just put my hands there so you can't put your hands, and then now I start controlling your hands. Or if they're there, I come from underneath and I kind of use my wrists. And I'm looking to make you put your hands on the mat. I knee pull to break your base and posture. If your hands are not on me, then I should be knee pulling, in my opinion, right? They're off, now I'm knee pulling. Break your base and posture. Under hooks, over hooks, with a collar tie, or 2-on-1s. This is the best 2-on-1. We can go 2 on the wrist. We can go here, which doesn't do a lot for us in closed guard. This is the best. We do all that, we can sweep and submit. That's when that happens. Okay, so I'm talking about flower sweep and pendulum sweep. It's funny, when I'm just out there looking to see what other people say about this, I see some people calling the flower sweep a pendulum sweep. I see some people calling a pendulum sweep a flower sweep. It's kind of hard to distinguish between the two, but I'll give you what I consider the difference. First thing is, if I'm sweeping Cassandra that way, I have to control if I start sweeping her, right, she's gonna post. So I have to control that kind of beforehand. In my opinion, I'm not gonna death grip this because then you kind of know something's up. So this happens when we're just sort of playing. There it is, I have control of it. Time to start my sweep. What I like to do is knee pull, kind of at this angle. Look at her base and posture, you have a problem. And you can't really fix it because you need this hand to start fixing. Even if this hand is on my hips, I've already created angle, it's gonna be hard to fix. This hand's not really doing anything for you now. So now I'm looking for this leg up on her back, and I want to cut my angle. This is the same angle we use for triangles and arm bars. I'm looking directly in her ear. I'm essentially perpendicular. For this sweep, I don't want my hips up like this, right? Because then I'm kind of taking her this way. I want my hips like this. A common problem here is I sweep her and she lands on my leg. So I gotta kind of think about getting my leg out of the way, and I'm coming up here. Notice, I'm gonna keep this because it's gonna make your escape harder. And then, this is off topic a little bit, but when I get to mount, I wanna climb my mount and start squeezing your shoulders together. This is hard to get away from. So just as a habit, when I get mount, I go high mount. If I'm low mount, then I'm gonna grapevine just as a habit and kind of hip in. I want hip in hard because it's uncomfortable, right? And then in our class, in the drill, you're gonna start your escape. As soon as I sweep you, and she's going knee elbow escape, which I think everybody should have a good knee elbow escape. Okay, so you're gonna do the same to me. Yep, she's controlling my post. And look, this is a habit. She's trying to get my elbow to my center line. Arm drags, arm bars, triangles can all come from here. It's a great habit. So now it's time to knee. See what she did to me? She broke my base and posture. This is all I've got. It doesn't actually matter. There I go. And then I start my escape right away. And that's how this turns into a flow drill. Look, I've got her here. Oh, look, that's how I would get this. Is I have an underhook and a collar tie, and she starts getting up. I know where that hand's gonna be. So before you can really set up, I'm right here, right? And then again, the knee pull. Now, I caution people against posting on the ground in closed guard, but it doesn't hurt me here because what the real danger is when I post here, you're gonna push on the inside of my knee. Yeah, that's the danger, right? Of posting on the ground is you're gonna do that. But when I have you here, it's not really dangerous, right? Timing wise, a cool time to start this is when people try to wedge their knee in your tailbone to break open your closed guard. Look, when I teach it, I say move this knee first, then move this knee. You compromise your base less. But most people that I've seen, they move this knee. Look at her base right now. See how close her knees are together? So then the sweep is right there. That's the timing aspect of this sweep, right? So do it again. The second I feel that, I don't even really need to worry about this now. I could literally just shoulder you over. Go ahead. Such a good habit. Is you're getting in the habit of escaping immediately. Unless I say different, always do that. Okay, go ahead and release. So that's our, kind of what I understand as the flower sweep. The big difference from that and a pendulum sweep is a pendulum sweep. I'm gonna show it in two ways. I'm gonna show it the easier way for me, and then me creating it a little more. Where I'm gonna initiate this, always I'm gonna try it, is, the best way to break open my guard is to stand up. So this is the beginning of you breaking open my guard. When that happens, I can even go like this. This is tough for you, right? So you can see what's happening here. I'm underhooking, and it's cool because the underhook creates the angle I need. Now you might even post. Okay, I can reach out and grab it, right? And if I need to, let's say I have this, because really I should. Go back. When you step up, two things at once. I'm controlling your post, and I'm getting my angle. If I need to, I can open this leg, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw it behind me, almost like how we do in a scissor sweep, and it creates momentum. As I come over, I'm not gonna give you this leg back right away, because this makes your escape harder. So the second I give this back, I take this, right? But you would never let me do that. You've not once ever let me do that. Go ahead. Yep, I'm giving her a little pressure, something to work against. I don't just sit there, right? But depending on the drill, I don't want to make it impossible. Okay, your turn. Okay. I know, you've only done this a couple times, and it makes you nervous, right? But I'll talk you right through it, and I probably won't even have to help. So, look, this is how to stand up. As you rock side to side, there it is. Look what's already happening to me. So she took it. There's your angle. Yes, excellent. Yeah, I won't give that to you, right? And she's giving me a little, are you okay? Yeah. A little bit of pressure. Depends on how good they are and what we're doing, right? One little thing I want to point out. Step up for me. Boom. Two things at once. So I just want to point out, this is the pressure we're looking for. Leg press. Strongest human movement, right? If I can't leg press, like I'm here, and I don't really, my angle's off, my hips up. I actually want to be completely perpendicular here, right? Now let's go back. Okay. So whether it's flower or pendulum, a super common reaction, right, is this. She's gonna post with this arm. So that gives me a couple of options. My favorite option is armbar. I mean, look at what's happening here. I can even just go like this. Armbar, I can finish here, or I can kind of complete the sweep and finish more of a traditional. On an armbar, you have to apply pressure in the direction of the thumb. And I have to control the thumb line so that she can't rotate her arm. But if her thumb's facing that way, then I apply pressure right opposite that. If your thumb faces this way, then I apply pressure that way. But ideally, and this is why I like the bro shake, because it controls the thumb, makes it hard for you to get away, and it reminds me of which direction I'm going. Can you think of anything I missed? Sometimes I miss things.
No, not this time.
Good, not this time. I do, sometimes I rewatch these videos and I'm like, oh man, I forgot that, because I don't like have a script I'm going off of. Occasionally we have a whiteboard right here that I look at to remind me, but all it says is flower pendulum. That's all it says on there, right? So it's not like I have a lot of notes to go off. But yeah, one last thing. I just want to make sure and hit this point. Where sweeps fail is I don't own your center of gravity. So for any sweep, and you can go back and look at the other videos, that's why I'm doing this, right? If I try this sweep from here, I won't even move you. So what happens in almost all these is we get their center of gravity moving this way, and then we convert that energy into rotational, right? So that's what happens here is I'm knee pulling, and this wouldn't go like step 1, step 2, step 3. It's usually like all one thing. It's all at once. But that's what, yeah, I love it. Every time. Because then when you actually need it, it'll be there. You'll just automatically, you're doing that already. Like I'm watching you in class, and the second you get swept, before it settles, you're already halfway up. It's a beautiful habit. Anyway, flower sweep, pendulum sweep. I'm sure I might get some comments on this because people are like, no, that's how you do it, right? But I'm telling you, across the board, it's a little ambiguous. They're basically the same sweep to me with slightly different things. Anything else? No. Right on.